So you might have asked yourself, what does it mean to be alive? What are differences between living and non-living things? And how are we organized? Well, all of this will be studied in biology, because biology is really the study of living things. And what better way to start is to talk about the cell, specifically the cell theory. There are three basic parts of the cell theory, which the first one is all living things are made up of cells. What does that mean? Is bacteria made of cells? Are humans made of cells? And the answer to those questions are yes. And so those bacteria in your mouth, those bacteria that might be on the floor, grass, I don't know, those are living things because they're composed of cells. And the cell is the basic unit of life. And so the cell is just, we're going to be talking about this more in depth in more advanced topics as we go along. But in essence, the cell's basic unit of life states that in order to be classified as living, you're going to have to at least have a cell. Your cells will then make tissues, and they'll make organs, organ systems, and then ultimately you. So you have to understand that you have to have a cell to be considered living. And all cells are made up of pre-existing and cells. Okay, what does this mean? Well, we're going to talk about two main processes here, and we'll also be discussing other things, but for the most part, this hints at mitosis and meiosis. And I'm not going to talk about that briefly today, or actually I will talk about it briefly, but not in depth. And so, basically, these two processes allow cells to reproduce. Alright? And this cell theory was composed by many different scientists, and you might want to know Robert Hooke, who was the first one to discover cells. He was looking under the microscope at some cork, and he was saying, oh, these are some cell-looking items. These are some cell-looking things under the microscope. And so he then made them called cells, and which we can still call them today. And I hope you will enjoy the series.